Good morning, dear friends, and thank you so much for having me, inviting me to give a Dhamma talk here. So, and also thank you so much for come over to Buddhist Mahavihara and understand a bit of Dhamma. So today's topic, as Sir Mr. Leslie explained, the topic is what make you true Buddhist. Let's discuss how someone can become a Buddhist, or we can find out ourselves, verify ourselves, are we a true Buddhist? Is it the cloth that we are wearing make Buddhist? Sometimes we judge people looking at the outfits when we are in in white cloth, wearing Buddhist the amulet, where the Buddha statue, or the Dhamma wheel, or any other. In Thailand, there's a lot of things that we are wearing. Looking at, we say that he's a Buddhist. So that outfit makes us Buddhist. Or do the religious ceremonies, attending various type of religious ceremonies at the monastery or at home, that make us Buddhist. There are a lot of religious activities. We burn joystick, we candle oil light, and we offer in flowers, and sometimes we offer in food. Sometimes we cover whole pagodas, few meters high pagodas with the flowers or the fruits. That make us Buddhist. Yeah? Think about it. And another thing, does meditation, that meditation alone make us Buddhist? Sounds like, right? Meditation. Is it? It is make us Buddhist? There are various type of meditation techniques. Like when you go to the supermarket, the tea shop section, there are how many types of teas there? Different types of teas with different flavors. The meditation today in the world, there are various types. Mindfulness techniques, there are hundreds and thousands of mindfulness techniques available. You search the Google or the YouTube, how many meditation teachers are there? So meditation alone, practicing meditation alone, make us Buddhist. Yesterday, one very young lady, she's a student from Italy, came to monastery. She wanted to know about meditation. So when he's practicing meditation, she is very alien to meditation, very new to meditation. So she got very weird experience in meditation. Then she wants to know more about meditation, and then approached me. The office asked me to guide her. Then we discuss. So this is she is not the Buddhist at all. This is not the meditation technique that the practice she is practicing is explained in the Buddhist doctrine. So it's kind of the meditation technique that she is practicing. Somebody has told her to practice, to open the chakra, kind of the chakra. So she has got some kind of the weird experience, and she's crying. She was crying. At the every end of every session, she started crying. Yesterday also we had the meditation few minutes, so she started crying. So that meditation alone make us Buddhist. And is it what you eat? Being a vegetarian, being a vegan, that make us Buddhist? Sounds like Buddhist, right? Non-violence. How wonderful. Is it Buddhist? I think our late abbot gave a very nice talk regarding this one. So he says that, Venerable Devadatta, who was the Buddha's cousin, and he always challenged the Buddha when he was a layperson, Siddhartha. He didn't stop it. After he entered the order, still he challenges, tried to kill the Buddha several times. He was a vegetarian. And he approached the Buddha and proposed, please Buddha, proclaim that all the monks should be vegetarian. All the monks should depend on one meal. All the monks should live in the jungle. Sounds like very simple, right? So he was a vegetarian. And Hitler, right? Yeah. He also a vegetarian, right? So what we eat, what we drink, then that makes us Buddhist. No. Then again, that's the act of giving. The performing charity activities, that makes someone Buddhist. Nowadays, it's become a very popular trend. The celebrities go to the Africa and the poor countries, and with a lot of the media and the donators, it's a good act. Of course, there's no doubt that that's a very good act. So donating something, giving food to someone, that makes us Buddhist. And again, it's been a simple person. Buddhists should be simple, right? That's how it's explained. Nah? Should be the contentment. Whatever that we have it, we should be happy about it. We are not longing more and more and more. That's what it is. We are not greedy for many things. We simply praise and encourage to have a very simple life. So being simple make us Buddhist. And thus philosophical knowledge, theoretical knowledge, or having few degrees in Buddhist field, having Buddhist knowledge, that make us Buddhist. I know one professor, who's the Paul William, who is the well-known professor in the Mahayana Buddhism, who authored one book which is called the Mahayana Doctrinal Foundation. Very thick book, very nice book. So he was the prominent, who was the most respected professor in this field. So he's a Tibetologist. So he practiced Buddhism, and once when his wife passed away, he converted into Christian again. There's a rumor goes that when his wife passed away, wife was a Christian, so somebody has told him, if you didn't convert your religion, change your religion, your wife will become a cockroach. So he was afraid and changed the religion. So he was a professor in the Buddhist studies. So having good knowledge, having philosophical and theoretical understanding of the Buddhism, make us Buddhist. So there's so many other questions actually we can ask ourselves to verify, to convince ourselves, are we a true Buddhist? So if these things are not make us Buddhist, then what make us Buddhist? That's what we are going to discuss. There are two types of Buddhists. The one is born to be Buddhist. Someone like me, I was a Buddhist by birth. I'm a Buddhist by birth. I was born into a Buddhist family. My parents are Buddhist. My grandparents are Buddhist. So I became a Buddhist by birth. So this is one type of Buddhist. And there are some other people who proclaim themselves as a Buddhist is because of that they convince themselves as a Buddhist. They come across the Buddhist teaching, they learn Buddhist teaching, and then after that, they convince themselves they are Buddhist. However, dear friends, by birth or by convincing, the learning, the Buddhist cannot be Buddhist. So then what makes you Buddhist? By practicing, make someone Buddhist. No matter we are born in the Buddhist family, no matter we are learning the Dhamma, we are having the good knowledge about the Dhamma, we like the Dhamma, we like the Buddhism, we like the Buddhist teaching, that doesn't make you Buddhist. Unless you practice it. Again, our late Abbot, a very nice talk. Buddha was not the Buddhist, right? You remember that is his statement? It's a well-known statement. Our late Abbot Kirindesi Dhammananda Mahatero, he once says that Buddha was not a Buddhist. How beautiful, right? Jesus Christ is not the Christian. So these are the label later on they're given. In Buddhist discourses, we don't found the word the Buddhist. So by birth, or by reading, by understanding, by learning, doesn't make someone Buddhist. So labeling oneself as a Buddhist doesn't make us Buddhist. So labels and the identity doesn't make any sense in Buddhism. So again, you may also call yourself Buddhist because you like Buddhist teaching and you like Buddhism. When you come to the monastery, I have met many people here, they like this environment. It's spacey. And the area is calm, quiet, and the little bit greeny, and the white color is pleasing eyes, pleasing ears, and have the very calm mind when you're there. And the nice aroma is the burning joss stick here and there, seeing monk. So everyone would come here and well dressed here. So that they like the environment. So they like Buddhism. But like in the Buddhist teaching, again, dear friends, doesn't make someone Buddhist. So please remember, make someone Buddhist by practice. So by practicing the Dhamma, you are not a true Buddhist. If you are not practice the Dhamma, you are not a true Buddhist. By definition, dear friends, how we in according to the Buddhist teaching, by definition, we become a Buddhist when we take refuge in the triple gem. What is the triple gem? Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. So it sounds like very simple because every day, every ceremonies, before the comments of any ceremonies, we say Buddhan Saranang Gacchami, Dhamman Saranang Gacchami, Sanghan Saranang Gacchami. So we are so familiar with these three statements that become very, very simple, very generalized. But we go back to the Buddha's doctrine, Buddhist teaching, it is not a very simple statement. It is very profound and very practical aspect is there. In Myanmar, it's a story, it's quite a funny story. So in Myanmar, one of my friends, a very good friend of mine, we live together in Hong Kong, the one meditation center. So Myanmar people cannot pronounce Gacchami. They pronounce Gassami. Okay? That's how they will learn the Pali. So they cannot pronounce Pali, the Gassami. So they cannot pronounce Gacchami, Gassami. So monks, the Sayadaw monks were invited to a lunch dana at one devotee's home where that devotee's friends is there. So before they start any ceremonies, we instruct the devotee with the 5 precepts, right? So that devotee's name is Sami. Sami. It's a very common name in, I think, in the Indian tradition, right? Sami. Sami is a very common name. So monks started. So I asked them to repeat after me, Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. So the lay people follow the Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. So the new friend who was new to Buddhism, wow, how wonderful this monk. Oh, he said, he pronounced before the offering of the lana, before they accept the dana, my friend's name. Oh, Sami. How nice. I should invite this monk. Very nice monk. So next day, the monks was invited to his home for the dana. So everything is arranged nicely. So the monks start again. Ask them to repeat Namo Tassa Bhagavato. They start the 5 precepts. Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. Repeat after me. So the monks stop. Bhante, my name is not Sami. I am Mrudu. I am Mudu. Monks, poor monk didn't get it. What does it mean? So again, next, please repeat after me. Dhammaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. Oh Bhante, stop it. I am Mudu. I am not Sami. Oh, the monks got it. Okay, repeat after me. Sanghaṃ Saranam Mudumi. Oh, then he is so happy. That is how that they understood sometime. That different ways they understand what is Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. Some says in Sri Lanka, I am the Buddha, I am the Dhamma, I am the Sangha. There are people who have this kind of understanding. So that is a very simple statement. So that has very profound meaning when we say the Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. So the meaning, I go to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha for my refuge. What it means refuge? The refuge means, I check the dictionary, it's a French word, meaning to say the flee, or mostly used to flee to a safe place or to someone for protection and safety. That's the meaning for refuge. That's the meaning here, Gacchāmi. There's some other meaning, I will go later. So for example, when you have the flood, you have the flood in Malaysia? Have, right? Yeah. When you have the flood, when you are caught up with the flood, normally we go to the highland, right? Highland, the mountain top, to protect ourselves. So the highland or mountain top or higher place. When we go to the few floors high. So then that place become a refuge for us, become a safe place for us. So exactly the same way, when we take the triple gem as our refuge, so they become the safe place, safeguard. So here refuge means taking shelter somewhere to protect yourself, achieve your freedom, and make sure you are free from danger. The triple gem also refuge, secure ourselves from defilement, not the ordinary disasters or dangers or calamities, but the defilements, which are the dangerous danger and calamities which is arise within us. When we arise, if you cannot recognize, if you don't recognize them, then they will start to control ourselves. Our whole life become very miserable and suffering. So then, if we take the triple gem as our refuge, then only we can understand and we can become free of these calamities. So the triple gems like the compass, where we can find a direction. So guide us to cross the great desert of suffering and reach the safe oasis of the pure peace. So that is the one meaning of the refuge. The first of the three triple gem is Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi. When we say Buddhaṃ Saranang Gacchāmi, it means that I accept the Buddha as my supreme teacher, as my supreme guide. There is no any other teachers can be compared to him. He's the only teacher. When he say Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Why we say that? Why he's become a supreme teacher to us? Why he became a supreme, the guide to us? Is because he renounced everything when he was young. He had all the royal, comfortable life there. He renounced all these things. He had the very great suffering. Even though he born in a royal family, he had everything there. But he was struggling enormously. And it says that some professors, they says that he has the depression. Can you believe that? We become depressed when we lost our job. We become distressed when we lost our money. We become distressed when we got family issues. Prince Siddhartha had it. He was not the bankrupt, right? So he had everything. There's a whole kingdom was waiting there for him to take it. But he was distressed. Why he became distressed? He don't know anything beyond the royal palace. Suppose that suppose that person, he's grown up, he got married, have a son. But first time he went out, then he saw that there's old people. It's the first time that he saw the old people. In his lifetime, until 29, he has never seen old people. And heard that he also become old. His beautiful wife become old. His that infant one day become old. So how he feel it? He lost, right? So again next day, he found the dead body. He has never seen. He thought that he live in that the young as forever. Suddenly he encountered that. No, I also one day I have to go dead and gone. I have to die for one day. My beautiful wife, my father, my son, he will die. So then what happened then? So encountering all this for the first time in their life as a teenager, as a very young adult, he became depressed. He starts to think how to help myself, how to help my wife, how to help my father, how to help my son. Get rid of this suffering, old age, sickness, and death. So then he renounced. He renounced and ordained himself and searching for the answer to that question. And he found it. The good news, he found it. And he found it and got that medicine and cured himself. And that path is verified path. Whoever follow this path definitely make sure that he also experience the same happiness, same freedom, same calmness. There is no more death, no more birth there. So that is why when you say Buddham Saranam Gacchami, I accept the Buddha as my supreme teacher. And I follow that path he has proclaimed. That's the meaning when I say Buddham Saranam Gacchami. Okay? Again, there's another meaning that when you say Buddham Saranam Gacchami, when you say, we are trying to follow the Buddha's footsteps and closely as possible. As I explained earlier, Buddha is a human being achieve marvelous qualities. Particularly, in all the Buddhist tradition, either Theravada, Vajrayana, Mahayana, the two great qualities particularly emphasized. His great wisdom, what's called the Mahapanya, and the compassion, great compassion, Mahakaruna. Even nobody can compare these two qualities with the Buddha. So when you say then, when you say that Buddham Saranam Gacchami means you try to apply, you try to develop, you try to cultivate these two qualities within you. I should cultivate wisdom. I should cultivate compassion. So Buddha itself means it's the awaken, it's a wisdom. So this Buddhism is for the people who are practicing Buddhism in order to attain, in order to get the knowledge, wisdom. So the Buddhism is for the wise people. Nobody can become wise by birth. Everyone can make it effort, try it, then can become wise person. And also the compassion. If his mind is cruel, if his mind is got the ill will, jealousy, animosity, there is no room for the kindness, friendliness, love, peace, then he is not the Buddhist. So Buddhists, we should cultivate these two qualities. Buddha is very often explained in the Buddhist discourses as a lotus flower. Lotus flower arise from muddy water, right? Mud. If there is no mud, there is no lotus. So Buddha arise from the society where all this defilement, the whole society was defiled. Defiled with what? Hatred, greedy, and ignorance, and jealousy, and all the other negativities. He was born in as a human being. But he cultivated the spiritual faculties. He cultivated his ethical conduct, morality, and he cultivated the spiritual, the intellectual faculty, and attained enlightenment like a lotus flower bloom arise from the mud and the bloom, but without touching the muddy water. So when we say Buddhaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi again, we try to follow that Buddha's footsteps. I mean, try to cultivate ourselves, our mind. We try to cultivate, we should become like a moral person, cultivate ethical conduct. For Buddhists, we have given the 5 precepts. So we should cultivate. And we should cultivate the spirituality, I mean the samadhi, any kind of meditation that's explained in the Buddhist doctrine. And through this, we should have kind of realization. And then we can live like a lotus flower without touching the muddy water. That's the meaning when we say Buddhaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. So if not, when someone say a very simple thing, if you get angry and going to scold him and make a quarrel, arguing, and always become very miserable person, it's not the Buddha's way. Then we are not following the Buddha's way. There are so many stories in the Buddhist discourses explain it. Buddha was challenged many times. Buddha was attacked. But his response is very calm. So when we follow the Buddha, as we are today experiencing so many calamities, so many challenges. But how is our reaction? Is it suitable for the Buddhists? Is that how Buddha has explained? So when we say the Buddhaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi, so we should cultivate the ethical and moral conduct and concentration and the wisdom, the prajna, sila, samadhi, prajna. And next one is Dhammaṃ Saraṇaṃ Gacchāmi. When you say I go to the Dhamma for the refuge, it means that I convince myself that these are the noble teachings I want to uphold throughout my life. And I want to shape my life by following the Dhamma. the Dhamma that Buddha explained. What is the Dhamma here? Nothing. It is the either Four Noble Truths, or we can simply say that Eight Noble Path. Again, it is nothing. We can divide that Eight Noble Path again, Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. Buddha says, dear friends, don't accept the Dhamma out of blind faith. Buddhism doesn't encourage. Buddhism doesn't phrase the blind faith. He said that you should investigate the Dhamma. You should question the Dhamma. And then after that, when you see it's a suitable, then you accept it. It's a very nice simile was given in the Buddhist teaching. Buddha says that when a piece of gold is given to a goldsmith, he will cut it, rub it, and test it against the touchstone to make sure that it's a pure, genuine piece of gold. So when you learn in Dhamma, you should ask so many questions yourself and verify it is true. Don't just jump into a conclusion and accept it's very nice teaching. I will follow it. When you listen to Dhamma from the one teacher, you don't just blindly follow that teacher. When you read the book, don't follow that author blindly. You should question it. Question yourself, is it true? And question yourself, is it good? Is it good for me? And then you practice it and you apply it. So that's how the Buddha says that we should follow the Dhamma. Unlike any other religion, dear friends, the Buddhism is always open to question. Even Buddha himself says that you should question me. And you should verify yourself. The Kalama Sutta, that Buddha was given that freedom to the Buddhists, freedom to people. And even when we say Buddha Dhamman Saranang Gacchami, the Buddha explained the qualities of the Dhamma. These are the verses, the Pali verses we recite every day, every evening, morning and evening. Whenever there are religious ceremonies, we recite them and we venerate them, the Dhamma. So Dhamma is not something that should be just venerate only. Dhamma is something that we should practice ourselves. The Swakhato Bhagavata, the Dhamma is well proclaimed. And Sandittuko, apparent here and there. You just go and experience yourself. You can get the result here and now when you practice the Dhamma. Now, Akaluk, it's go beyond time and space. Ehi Pasiko, you are always welcome. And check it and question it. And when you check it, question it, and then Dhamma should be understood by wise. Then your intellectual faculty, you can develop it. Then only you accept the Dhamma and follow it, apply it yourself. So again, dear friends, among these three refuges, triple gem, Dhamma is the most important one. Why it is so? We become a Buddhist by what? By practicing. So practice what? Practice the Dhamma. Dhamma is the most superior one. Even Buddha himself keep the Dhamma as his teacher. He respected the Dhamma as his teacher. There is none superior than the Buddha. He is the superior in the virtues, he is the superior in the concentration, in knowledge, and he is the superior in terms of the wisdom, prajna. But he keep the Dhamma as his teacher. Not only that, he asked the monks, you should keep the Dhamma as your teacher when I attain Parinibbana, when I was attain Nibbana. So he keep the Dhamma as the teacher. He respect it because Dhamma is the most superior thing. That will lead you to eradicate all the defilement and achieve liberation, achieve freedom here and achieve peaceful life. Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, once he says that Dhamma books and tapes are available. It's available today, easily available, everywhere it is, right? In the soft copies is always available now. But the true Dhamma is revealed through our life and our practice. Whenever the Four Noble Truths and Noble Eightfold Path are practiced, the living Dhamma is there. You can choose any kind of the Dhamma way to practice it. Meditation is one door, and practicing morality is one thing. So there are so many ways we can practice the Dhamma. And take refuge in Dhamma is to choose the door that are most appropriate for you. So whatever the Dhamma that you find is suitable for you, you just practice it. And Dhamma is the great compassion, and understanding is love. So when you practice, then you develop these qualities, Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. And the third one, the last one, the Sangham Saranam Gacchami. I go to Sangha as my refuge. So here says, dear friends, Sangha means noble community of monks. Noble community. When we say Sangha, there are two types of Sangha. Here, Sangham Saranam Gacchami doesn't mean that the whole community, monks, nuns, and lay followers, ordinary lay followers, it doesn't mean here. Here, Sangham Saranam means it includes the monks, nuns, and lay followers who have attained the kind of the spiritual achievement, what is called in the Sotapanna, Sakrudagami, Anagami, Arahat. And those who attain and those who follow in these footsteps, they are the community of Mahasangha. So why Buddha says that we should take refuge in those community of Sangha? Because they have already proven that. By following the path that Buddha expounded, Buddha explained, the indicator, they have achieved that result. Then you should follow it and practice it. When you say when you observe, when you say Sangham Saranam Gacchami, it means Supatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangha, the noble disciple of the Buddha who entered the good path, which is good in the middle, good in the beginning and middle and at the end. Again, what is this? The path? Path is the Noble Eightfold Path. Again, Noble Eightfold Path means Sila, Samadhi, Prajna, nothing else. And we venerate the Sangha, we respect the Sangha by reciting Ujjapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangha. The noble community of the Sangha who entered the straight path, the path again directly go to enlightenment. The path again, dear friend, Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Savaka Sangha, the noble community of the Buddha who have entered the path which is right path. This is the right path that leads to awakening, lead to get rid of all the suffering, miseries and defilement and attain liberation. What is that path? Is the Noble Eightfold Path. Again, when we venerate the Sangha, Samiti Patipanno Bhagavato Samaka Sangho, the noble community of the Buddha who have entered the proper path. Again, this proper path refers to the Noble Eightfold Path. Sila, Samadhi, Panya. So therefore, the noble community of the Sangha, they became Avuneyo, Dakkineyo, Anjali Karaneyo. They are worthy to be respected, worthy to be offered, and show our salutation, show our respect to them. Why? They are the noble community. They have cultivated, they have attained, they have verified, they are the living testimony for us to follow that Buddha's footsteps. And they have become our merit of field. That's the meaning, dear friend, Sangham Saranam Gacchami. We promise ourselves, we vow ourselves, okay, we follow that noble community of Mahasangha who have achieved this path, who have done the job there. So by following them, we also try to achieve in that path. That's the meaning. That's how we become a Buddhist. It's something like that. Here, the apartment have the bomb shelter. Here don't have, right? But some countries have. And the Hong Kong have, and the Singapore, they have developed kind of the bomb shelter, right? So the purpose of that bomb shelter is to take refuge when they have the war, right? When on the warplane put the bomb, so then they take refuge. So the Dhamma, Buddha Dhamma Sangha is a refuge, is a take shelter and take a safe place for us. That's the meaning when you say when you go to the triple gem for our refuge, that's the meaning. So Buddha is the founder of this path, and he is the proclaimer of this path. We believe in Buddha as our supreme teacher, and we take refuge in the Buddha. So Dhamma is the teaching that the follow to achieve that the liberation, and we say Dhamman Saranam Gacchami. We start following that path, following the Dhamma to attain the spirituality, to attain for liberation, for defilement. When we say Sangham Saranam Gacchami again, we believe, we promise to follow the Sangha, the noble community of Mam, who are the living testimony for us, who are the great example for us. So that's the meaning that when we say the Buddhan Saranam Gacchami, Dhamman Saranam Gacchami, Sangham Saranam Gacchami, and by following means we start to practice. So when we start to practice it, then we become a Buddhist. So we become Buddhist by practice, not by believing them, not by blindly following them, not by many other things I explained earlier. So if you are Buddhist, when you take refuge in the Triple Gem, you are bound to follow the Noble Eightfold Path. What is this Noble Eightfold Path? Again, we can divide it into Sila, Samadhi, Prajna. You dedicate yourself to practice morality. For you have the 5, right? 5 precepts. For monks have 227. Nuns have more than that. So you just try to cultivate whenever it is possible. It is okay to break it sometime. But again, we can take it. We can observe it. And dedicate and make commitment yourself to practice this. Samadhi. Whenever you found the time, just practice meditation. Without practicing meditation, there is no way to achieve the freedom, that happiness. Even Buddha himself, even though he attained enlightenment, time to time he isolated himself and go to the jungle, forest, he practiced meditation. And only when we practice meditation, have the one pointed on mind, calm mind, then we can realize what is really going on. We can see things as it is, yatha bhuta. That makes you realize the wisdom. So morality is the foundation. Morality is the foundation of this Buddhist path of practice. It's just like the foundation of the skyscraper, high tower. If the foundation is not well built, what happened to that tower? It's very easy to become demolished, right? Can become the fall down. So that is why Buddha said, Sila is your foundation. Build it very firmly. And the rest, Samadhi and Prajna. So thus you become a Buddhist. So Buddha, who is dedicated to developing ethical, spiritual and intellectual faculties in order to become awakened and enlightened, because human beings have potential. So we as a human being, we have that all the potential that Buddha had. We can develop our mind. Now it's easier than that. Easier than the Buddha. So he has saw the path, he taught the path. So but we have to do that, the following the path. Again in many suttas, dear friends, Buddha is explained as a doctor. Sallaketta manuttara, not the very normal doctor, he's a superior surgeon. And Dhamma also the samannati. Dhamma is the medicine. And again, the Sangha is explained as a nurses. So Buddha has a superior type of surgeon, doctor. He understood the disease of all type of diseases. What are the diseases? Hatred, greedy, and ignorance. And many other types. Anger, jealousy, cruelty, animosity, and ill will, anxiety, all the negativities he understood. Because he had it, all these things. And he found the remedy for all these diseases, all the sicknesses. He found the medicine. And not only that, he cured all the medicine. He cured all the sicknesses. He cured himself. He became the first person who cured. who became a first person who got cured. So who took the medicine himself and killed all the disease of the defilement. And Dhamma is the medicine that he used to kill all the disease. And whoever approached the Buddha, whoever came across, he gave that medicine. So Sangha is the one who took that medicine, apart from the Buddha, and the Sangha is the diseased people who got cured. And after getting cured, the Sangha start to service as the nurses. So out of compassion, out of kindness, out of love, the Sangha starts saving. The save nurses and to help other human beings. So Sangha functions as a nurses. That's the meaning that when we say Buddhan Saranam, Dhamman Saranam, Sanghan Saranam Gacchami. So as I explained earlier, no one can become Buddhist is because of these reasons. So then, how about the rite and ritual? by practicing rites and ritual can become a Buddhist? Or Buddhism doesn't encourage any rites and rituals? So as a Buddhist, can't we take part in any ritual here? So offering flower doesn't make any sense then? Offering the candle doesn't make any sense? So Buddha says that we can do it. There's no problem at all. But we should understand what is the meaning, what is the science behind these activities. We offer flower, but we don't believe that by offering flower itself that we can bring to the Nibbana. Buddha says that there's kind of the rite and ritual in the early India. People follow that kind of the rite and ritual. People live, they make the sacrifices. They believe in that, then making sacrifices that can bring that person to the heaven and liberation. And some people have practiced in some severe austerities. Buddha himself practiced for 6 years. Some people live like a dog, believe in that, torturing that human life, this is called the soul, they can attain liberation. Some people live like the cow. Some people live like other animal. Some people, they have never taken shower. They have the long hair, long knees, never take shower. Some people even they practice living the neck like a naked. They believe in that, torturing this body and mind, they can attain liberation. So that kind of rite and ritual Buddha is straightforwardly denied, refused. Other than that, any other rituals, activities, we do it as to make a merit making, as a wholesome activities, as a meritorious activities. Buddha says that even though you are Buddhist, we are practicing, we can do it. So we come to we conclude the teaching. So we become Buddhist not by birth, not by convincing, not by following any rite and ritual, but by following the Dhamma, and we promise ourselves, we follow this Dhamma, we make a vow to ourselves, we follow the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, and following this, their footsteps, their teaching, and we try to apply that teaching to ourselves and cultivate our ethical and spiritual and intellectual faculties, then we become a true Buddhist. So we are blessed. We born as a human being, which sounds like very simple as we are human. We born already as a human being. When we learn in the Dhamma, it says it's not very easy. Don't think that next life, after that, after this life, we born as a human. We born here in Malaysia. We born in other the better countries. Right? It doesn't happen. Nobody can guarantee. Of course, you can if you are cultivated. It will be. So being born a human is a very rare opportunity. Very rare. And what is the another thing? Very rare. Buddha's arising is also very rare. Learning, teaching Dhamma also very rare. It's not my statement. Na? Buddha himself says that Kiccho Manusa Patilabho. Being born as a human is very rare, very difficult. Kiccho Buddhanam Upado. Buddha's arising, appearance in the world is still the same, very rare. Kiccho Sadhamma Savanam. Get opportunity to listen to the Dhamma. Listen to the Dhamma means those days the only means of learning the Dhamma is listening. But today there's so many other ways. Dhamma is easily available. The whole Tripitaka you can download in online, in your own language. This Dhamma is available. So don't take this human life for granted. Learn the Dhamma, practice the Dhamma, and realize the Dhamma. Then you will achieve the freedom, happiness, and calmness. So thank you so much. So if you have any questions, you can ask.
Bhante, that was a good thing that the beginning slide showed, that what makes a true Buddhist. I truly believe meditation is that one that truly makes one a Buddhist. Because I'm in mental health, now the science and meditation are converging, they're coming together. The West is now recognizing the effect of meditation. When one meditates, it changes the brain structure. So, and there we have one more in psychology, where we have a thing called psychotherapy, where the therapist sits and talks to the client when they have a certain problem. Ultimately, they found that it is not sinking into that person whatever has been told. It works to a certain extent, but not as deep. Then they brought in the meditation called mindfulness. It's an adaptation of Buddhist practice. So with that, they found mindfulness and psychotherapy, the chances outcome of the therapy itself is very high, good rate of success. So I think the clothes does not make a Buddhist, ceremonies does not make what you eat. Probably we eat too. If you are a vegetarian, our mind is more calmer than one who eats meat to a certain extent. And I think it's really meditation. The basic principles of what Buddha told, reinforced with meditation, will make a real true Buddhist.
So I know that as I learn Buddhist counseling, I know there's so many mindfulness techniques we use to as a therapeutic intervention to cure so many mental diseases. Even John Kabat-Zinn, he invented the technique which is called the mindfulness based cognitive stress relaxation, right? So many other things, MAT, MBSR, so many other mindfulness techniques is there. So what do you think then? Was the Buddha the founder of the meditation? Or before the Buddha, were there not any meditation technique? What do you think? There were, right? There were.
Buddha was taught by the
ascetic. There were so many other meditation techniques. So then what is the difference? The Buddhist meditation technique and the other meditation technique. So Buddha tried, right? So Buddha tried and he became the top student of among the other students. He approached the Alara Kalama and Uddagarama Buddha. And there's the Laukika Dhyana. So Buddha is the one who learned fast and achieved. And he even surpassed the teacher. I mean, you're higher than the teacher. So some teachers invited him, don't go, stay with us. Taught that. So you are the top, you are the best. Why didn't the Buddha leave then? Left. But Buddha left them, right? They already got the 1,000 of students. The teachers willing to give all the students to him. But Buddha left. That's the difference. That's the difference. Practicing meditation, of course, there's a benefit, any type of meditation, but doesn't make the Buddhist. What is the science, the meaning, the purpose behind the practicing Buddhist meditation? Why we practice meditation in Buddhism? We say that to eradicate the defilement, greed, hatred, and illusion. Any type of meditation doesn't help us to reduce, eradicate this defilement, then it is not the Buddhist type of meditation. So, what is the purpose of practicing Buddhism? To eradicate all the defilements, negativities. So that if the meditation, that the particular meditation we practice doesn't help us, that doesn't suit for that Buddhist purpose, then we are not the Buddhists. Right? I mean, we don't have to have the religion, we practice the meditation, we don't have to have religion, but practicing meditation alone doesn't make us Buddhists. Of course, there's a lot of physical health, a lot of the benefits, both for physically and mentally. There are any type of meditation, because meditation makes our mind is calm. So Buddhist meditation, the purpose of Buddhist meditation doesn't mean that we want to make ourselves calm. That's a deeper level of achievement is there. You should go that level. That is why I said the meditation itself alone doesn't make us Buddhists. Did I answer your question? Yeah, that's true actually. That's true. By practicing meditation, we can gradually and slowly we can reduce all the negativities in our mind. But again, yeah, it's good for mental health, and it's good for the physical health as well. And even the meditation used as the kind of the therapies to kill the cancer. Right? Nowadays, it's very, very common. Even the hospital in the Europe and other countries, they use the meditation technique to cure the very acute diseases. That's true. That's true. Then again, we have to go to the purpose. I don't deny that meditation have any benefit, mental and health benefit. They have it. Definitely, they have it. Sorry. Yeah, that's true. I have met some friends. They're born in other religious tradition, and somehow they had the kind of the diseases, with the cancer or depression. So therapists asked them to practice meditation. They found they found it suitable for them. They found it is curing the cancer or other sickness or the depression or other mental sicknesses. Then later on, they start to found it. They start to go more and more meditation. So they found that in Buddhist teaching. And they started practicing that Buddhist way of meditation. Yeah, that's the point, that is the beginning point actually, meditation. But if you are in that level only, then we not become Buddhist. Okay, then wind up the talk here. So please, let's share the merits with the divine being and celestial being and bodhisattvas. So by the power of the merit that we accumulated by preaching the Dhamma and listening to the Dhamma, may all the merits be upon all the divine beings and celestial beings and bodhisattvas, and may they be blessed with this spirituality, and may they have the very smooth samsaric journey towards bliss of Nibbana. With that thought, we say sadhu 3 times to share the merits with the divine being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And again, we can transfer these merits to our departed relatives from your father side and the mother side, and your friends, teachers, whoever passed away, for your names. May they receive and enjoy this merit, and may they have a smooth samsaric journey towards bliss of Nibbana. With that thought, we say sadhu 3 times to transfer merit to the departed one. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And again, may the merits be upon each and every one of you. And may you be blessed with good health, happiness. May you have a great mental and physical strength to cultivate the Buddha's teaching, the path, the Noble Eightfold Path, and understand the Four Noble Truths. And finally, attain bliss of Nibbana. With that thought, say sadhu 3 times again. And I will recite some blessing stanzas in order to bless you. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te. Bhavatu sabba mangalang rakhantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena sada sonti bhavantu te. Once again, thank you so much for coming here and listen to Dhamma. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.